the capital and airstrikes in crowded residential neighbourhoods. The United Nations has condemned both sides for failing to stop fighting during an agreed humanitarian pause to evacuate the wounded. Doctors say about 100 civilians have been confirmed dead, although the true number is likely to be higher. A former Sudanese Minister of Foreign Affairs and current member of the civilian government, Mariam al-Sadiq al-Mahdi, gave this update from Khartoum.
It's not only a bit of gunfire, it's all over. It is very heavy artillery. I am besieged inside my home where they are bombing all around me. Of course, people are in very bad situation. They are being besieged inside their homes without supplies. We run out of food, of course, while we are fasting the holy month of Ramadan. There is also shortages of water supplies to the homes and electricity as well.
Saudi Arabia is releasing more Yemeni detainees in a unilateral move that follows 3 days of prisoner exchanges between the warring parties in Yemen's conflict. The operation, overseen by the International Committee of the Red Cross, saw around 900 captives reunited with their families amid peace talks between Saudi envoys and Houthi rebels. Iran says it's invited King Salman of Saudi Arabia for an official visit as the two regional rivals move to re-establish diplomatic relations. A Foreign Ministry spokesman said the president sent the invitation in response to an earlier invitation from the Saudis to visit the kingdom. Both countries are preparing to reopen their diplomatic missions in the next few weeks. Riyadh broke its diplomatic ties with Tehran 7 years ago. BBC News. The authorities in Myanmar have pardoned more than 3,000 prisoners, including nearly 100 foreign citizens. The military leadership did not specify whether anti-government protesters or journalists who covered the coup 2 years ago would be among those released. The UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in Myanmar, Tom Andrews, says the international community has failed to do more to protect civilians.
And I think it's important for the world to ask itself, why is it that we have failed to respond to this crisis in the way that is required? Why is it that we continue to use tactics that we know are failing the people of Myanmar? I think we need to stop, take a deep breath, and change course before it's too late.
Police in northern India have arrested a soldier in connection with last week's killing of 4 others at a military base in Punjab state. The 4 troops were shot dead in their sleep in barracks at Bhatinda, one of the largest military stations in India. A match-fixing scandal has hit China's most popular sport. 2 teams have been thrown out of this season's basketball league competition. The Shanghai Sharks and the Jiangsu Dragons were fined more than $700,000, and their head coaches have been banned for at least 3 years. Here's Ben Lowings.
China's Basketball Association announced its investigation last Friday. It was the 3rd and deciding game in the opening round of the league playoffs. The visiting Dragons were leading the Sharks 100 baskets to 96 with less than 2 minutes left in the game. Spectators took to social media to express suspicion and then anger as the Dragons couldn't keep the ball, turning it over to the hosts. Shanghai scored 10 baskets in 100 seconds. When officials announced their punishment, they didn't mention the phrase match fixing, instead saying that they wouldn't tolerate passive playing.
Ben Lowings. That was the latest world news from the BBC in London.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program, The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
Call us on 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Vicar
Vigilant Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vigilant Printers, your best choice in printing.
Best 100 FM presents the Mature and Moving Up Show, Lascelles Butch Chen, on Thursdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Welcome to this pioneering radio program on our continuing work in our maturing years. Compellingly defined, educate and liberate the younger generation. Tune in and welcome.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi start?
Chano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me send you.
You big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Try and call him, cause trust me.
What a relief.
Having trouble getting parts for your Mazda? Now Jam Auto Parts is your solution. Now Jam at the new and convenient location of Upper Waltham Park Road at 9 Kingswood Avenue. Now Jam Auto Parts, with over 25 years experience, providing all Mazda parts, new and used. Call 923-4389 and 461-1786. Now Jam Auto Parts, serving your Mazda needs.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Morning Connection. Interesting morning we've been having. Justice. We want justice in the medical system.
The cry for justice.
We want justice in this constitutional reform. And we've seen where the government has responded. And you have been saying that Dr. Albert from University of Texas, Austin, that's his thing, comparative constitutional reform. What are your feelings on it, my dear sister? About the gentleman?
Oh, well, I think a committee as important as this one, it is necessary that important stakeholders have a comfort level with those who are appointed to play a major role. And I think when you have voices in civil society coming out so strongly, because they know enough of what the man represents to be uncomfortable with his presence on the committee, I think he should resign.
You know how I often look at these things, not from a government perspective, but from a personal. There are many things that happen which we say the government should do this or that. But I don't look at the government. I look at what individuals should do in good conscience, seeking to be in the right position for themselves and for others. So the government has appointed him. They appointed him knowing what he is. I think it is a weak government that every time the people say boo, they are shifting, and it means they didn't give proper thought. And so the weakness, when I say weak, I mean they're weak in their knowledge and their assessment of things to make decisions that are credible and which they can defend. If you have made a decision and the people come out and say, oh, no, and you shift it, to me, you're weak. You didn't give sufficient thought. You didn't consult enough. Unless people come out with something that there ain't no way you could ever know it unless people broke confidence and say it. You really ought to cover your bases before you make an appointment. So I have little hope that the government is going to change their appointment. They chose the man. They are presumed to know who he is, what he represents. They were talking up his experience in a technical area. So they obviously felt that whatever is against him is of less importance than the good things that he brings to the table. So they've appointed him. But this man, as a professional, he comes into a country. He's not a son of the soil. He has no connection to us other than contractually. We are apparently going to pay him.
Jamaica.
So he's claiming to be Jamaican?
That's what
he's entitled to be of dual citizenship, but that alone does not give him a place on the committee. I am very Jamaican and I'm not on the committee. Yeah. I am Jamaican and knowledgeable in the area of
mother is Jamaican. But I don't like the Gleaner.
Yes, they're out of favor with you this minute. Aside from the Gleaner, you asked me my thought.
Yeah.
We know you don't like what the Gleaner is saying. I haven't given it a great consideration. But
somebody would have said,
I believe the man should resign. I would not enter a country, even if it's my own country, take a position to do something that is sensitive and important, find that because of personal opinions that I have, which I'm not prepared to let go. Suppose he's saying I've repented. He could say, no, Jamaicans, I know you're concerned and I know that this thing, but I don't think that way about it anymore. If it is so, then say it is so and settle people's concerns. But this is too... It's too important for people to be opposed to an individual based on such a specific consideration, and it is ignored. But I don't expect the government to.
We're opening the lines
to disappoint him.
But we're opening the lines.
Yes, that's true. You had me talking. It's the people's time.
Yes, opening the lines.
Shall I repeat the number? 876-619-1508 and 876-279-8473. And right on. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Governor. Yes, sir. How are you? The always Best FM and all the family of Best FM and my listener who support me all,
We are well, sir. We are well. What are you sharing with us this morning? You're the first one across the finish line.
I know it, go. No, I just want to say I'm on the road from the other day, so I'm now in Kingston at a secret location, one of my towns, so I may cannot say too much in the mixed getaway I am. Some part in the Dwelly Park here in Kingston. So my friend my businessman want to hear me because I and them pull very good. I was living here for years and I'm a cop, freelance journalist, so they want to know where I am. So I just want to big up everybody and just tell you, say, if I can call you back a little more, I will let the line. I know when to do. I'm busy now. Okay. So you people are my morning coffee. The program is Morning Connection, but you people just put ice on the cake, and when they wake up and stress me out and stretch, me have to drink the coffee. Big up to all right,
thank you.
All right, Governor.
Thank you, Governor. Have a good day.
Yes. When I can call you back, I'm busy on the street.
All right, no worries. Thank you.
Nice.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome.
The morning coffee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Wayne.
How are you?
Good, I'm about to have a Kingston.
Oh, so let's hear you.
Yeah, I listen the reason for the girl and the baby.
Yeah.
And the thing, the food and the medicine, the main purpose for eating food is to strengthen our body and to provide all the nutrients that the body needs.
Yeah.
That's the main purpose of food. It's not really just to taste or full belly. The main purpose. So, if a woman pregnant and eat all type of junk food, factory food, where no time I devitalize food, because she's sick, because her baby is born with certain levels of sickness. So the people have to educate themselves on food seriously. Food is very serious.
Well, can I tell you, Wayne, there's nothing in the history to this situation which suggests that the mother didn't look after herself during pregnancy. So we're not even going to go there and say anything that might suggest that is her fault, that she didn't give her baby the best fighting chance.
No, but what I'm saying is that it is not her fault in her sense, but in her sense because of ignorance and lack of knowledge. So without lack of knowledge, people them suffer.
So why you suspect that this lady lacked knowledge?
So can be part of her fault because she lack of knowledge. So
I understand what you're saying, but now would not be the time to interrogate a mother on prenatal care, were you eating properly and so on, because babies come out of the toughest situations and survive.
All of that is true, yes. But if you can do better to make it better, why not do better to make it better?
All right, Wayne.
All right, I got you. But we can't keep the call going because the background noise.
There is something else you want to talk about, Chile. We not never talk on the program about Chile, but I was saying about Chile.
Yeah.
Let me catch up again.
All right, yes. Because you can tell that where he is. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you both and the team and listeners.
How are you, Mr. Dixon?
So this is semi-comatose.
Why is that?
He made it semi.
In the way it is functioning. All right?
Yeah.
I have a 8-year-old experience with several emergency going back and forward in those places. And worst of all, childbirth.
Okay.
And from what is quoted in the papers, how it's explained. One, if the doctor should not have discharged that lady,
yes,
we just go get a prescription. At least it should fill the prescription or administer initially what could be done, and at least monitor for a few hours.
Yes, and
determine how you take it from there.
Yes, yeah.
Well, do you understand that was her first pregnancy or
her second
pregnancy?
It was her second, but each baby come with their own uniqueness.
I know. I am determined that from what I've listened to.
Yes.
But the system is, repeat, comatose. Right?
Well, you said semi.
Yeah.
At first it was semi.
Yeah, I know. It's not totally enough.
Yeah.
But it's dysfunctional in lots of areas that you thought sick. But simple things can be addressed. And it's not done. All right? And sometimes you have enough staff there, but guess what? If you look on keenly, you see them getting sorry. You're getting, even when there's enough staff there at certain point, you observe them looking at each other. Who to go first?
True enough.
That kind of attitude, I'm in that trouble.
It's true. It's so true. It's so true.
It's no joke.
And as I watch and see, because somebody was explaining to me, even the system, what has happened recently with this change in remuneration. some people drop arms in terms of doctor versus nurses and who must do what they must do. So there are other things that you're not hearing about.
Yeah, which impact the performance.
Which are impacting the performance in the system. Yeah.
They're not being motivated on how long it takes to change the manning of the situation to make sure you have adequate staff in particular place. Critical areas.
Yeah, when you read what that other doctor was saying about the priority of where to put money in building infrastructure at Bustamante Children's Hospital, you can also see how demoralized the healthcare workers can be when you watch and see things happening. Cornwall Regional, how much money is being spent with the contractors, and at the same time you have children waiting to have heart surgery, and you get the feeling that the hospitality side of the hospital have more priority than the surgical side. And to work in a system like that and have little impact on how decisions are taken, it must be tough on the workers too.
A one-off incident or irregular incident, and you probably overlook that.
Yes. Yes, when you're there and you see that it is a constant thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't give any sort of motivation for those who are sick.
But you know, that is why, Jigsaw, this is a time when citizens have to be speaking out with boldness. Stop taking the same old, and watch the wheel turning and turning. Speak out, speak out, speak out. What is the worst that can happen? You might lose the job that not pay you anything and that not taking you anywhere anyway. I mean, you have to get radical in your thinking and recognize that if as many of you take it by force, you can actually have an impact, because sitting down and taking it, not giving you what you need, not giving the country what we need.
You have to get up, stand up, and speak out.
Yes. Yeah. I'm a strong advocate for that.
In terms of Spanish Town, I recommend that let's get a new hospital built in the Portmore here. And then take a load off Spanish Town and try to rehabilitate that.
But you know,
and you're not increasing the service you can get.
Yeah.
Or modernizing the service that you can do.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Except, of course, you want to make sure that is the right type of hospital, because what's in a name? Type C, type this.
Yeah, type. No.
We want it need to be real hospital.
Too much.
What they're doing or what they're saying they're building in Cornwall. All right, Jigsaw, we have another caller on hold. So thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Yes, hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Malvern.
Yes.
How you doing?
All right, not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Good to hear you.
It's good to hear you.
All right, thank you. I am not happy to say my speech, but I find that the fact that the man there, that man,
Professor Albert.
Yes, the fact that he was invited, it simply means to me that they knew and understood
exactly
what
who he was.
Represented.
Yes, I think so too. I think so too.
Sure. And so what that is saying to me is that they have acquiesced. They have agreed to the agenda of that man. They agree with him, and they agree with him, and they desire to see his success, whatever he claims his success to be. It is, well, we
have been conquered as a society. Conquered. Even the churches have been conquered by the agenda.
But would you say that because Malvern, it's because the churches have raised the thing and have says because they have done their research.
No, man, you have to go behind what Malvern is saying. This is about the tolerance and a push to have matters pertaining to the LGBTQ position receive equal prominence treatment, whatever you might be in civil society. So he's saying even the churches have fallen because Anglican Church allowing homosexual priests. Catholics are embracing this and that. Many other churches are, you just said then, softening their position on it. Isn't that what you're talking about?
But not in Jamaica, because that's why they come out.
We could not survive without intelligence like yours.
Yes, that is true because it is what you have said, because I know it is called the Jamaican Coalition for Healthy Societies. And I know Philippa personally, and I know a lot of the people who are a part of it. And they have hit out because people don't even know, when they were going to introduce this Bill of Rights, and thank God to the lady who was part of the Lawyers Christian Fellowship. She did her research and says, you are trying to put in something that Canada's gone away and we're not going there. And she raised Cain and made her what we call it, her submissions. And because of what she did, that is why it never came true. But they are still trying, and we are under pressure in Malvern from all over the world.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
I must say.
We're under pressure. And but the people in Jamaica on the ground saying, no mass. They're not giving up.
I must say, I am a bit surprised that a defender of what is right in that regard was a woman, because usually they agree with it, because what I've seen looking on in the world, I see that the women's movement and the LGBT are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, there is an alignment there. But here's where my position might even diverge a little bit from Pastor Percival's. I have long advocated that the way to address issues of morality is not through law. Anything else you want to do, but don't legislate against this, penalize this, punish that through the use of laws that have to be interpreted and applied, enforced by men. I say teach your child in your home through different social structures on what it is that you want to be the dominant culture in your society. So I don't believe that we should be criminalizing one type of sexual activity over another, because that means man is making moral decisions and choices for others. So that's my personal view. I think criminalizing buggery or actually my view is clear. But so there are two things happening in the world right now. Persons want to take a moral stand against a type of conduct which biblically, historically has always attracted disfavor. And persons want to stop the abuse of others in the exercise of their freedoms. So the two things are finding expression in one move, using the law in a punitive way. One is good. We should stop the abuse of people. But legislating against human immorality is not the way to do it. We have to take our 8:31 break, Malvern, and I want to hear your response to that. So I don't know how we're going to do it. Will you wait for it?
I'll wait.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
We are something special on the road.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi start?
Chano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me send you.
You big star. Yeah, man. Respect my boss.
Try calling him, cause trust me.
What a relief.
Best 100 FM presents the Mature and Moving Up Show, Lascelles Butch Chen, on Thursdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Welcome to this pioneering radio program on our continuing work in our maturing years, compellingly defined to educate and liberate the younger generation. Tune in and welcome.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, welcome back. Thank you, Malvern, for holding.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. That's a very interesting point you just forwarded. You're saying morality should not be
legislated.
That is, and I suppose, especially in a democracy.
Yes, yeah. Because you're giving some constitutional freedom. So you give me the freedom of religion, of conscience, and you protect me from discrimination based on various things. So your constitution is enshrining these freedoms. But then you're proposing legislation that would penalize, discriminate, subject me to hate and abuse because of things that you say I am free to feel and think and do.
Yes, I see that.
So it's finding the balance. That's what I was saying to Percy.
It's finding the balance. But I'm saying, my contention is I hear the point, and she has made some very interesting and important points. But we live in a world that is fallen and broken And the ideal is to move them back to a place where they are in relationship with God. So everything you do comes out of your heart. So the question is then, what do you do in terms of ensuring that, wow, you're not overrun by certain things? Because, okay, let's see what has happened.
Yes.
Use Canada. Use Canada as a case in point. They have used the law, and those people who live in Canada, because I have a relative sister who live there, who say that what they've done, because some things are so pervasive, and if you go counter to that, you are persecuted, because you say, but like, okay, they believe that you have all these different genders. We tell it's only two genders, male and female. And a young man was actually put in jail because he was in a Catholic high school. And he said, but something wrong with that bathroom. And it was there that the police came for him and so on. So the question is, where do you find the balance? Where do you find the balance, even where that has happened, where people are saying, okay, it's no sex in the bathroom, and the girls going and the boys in the bathroom, and them say, but what is he doing in here? Because of the transgender agenda.
Yeah.
So that is the challenge that I am finding, because these people, they're pushing it hard,
Yeah. So then now we have to come to the conclusion that a balance is impossible to find.
Yes.
Because, like you said,
did you say a balance is impossible or a balance is possible?
No, he said impossible. Impossible.
What?
No, I wasn't sure if you said impossible or possible.
Yes, it seems to me it's impossible to find a balance because of that very example in Canada. And I'm sure the same thing is happening in America. How do you find a balance there between two sides that are diametrically
opposed? But they're not opposed in reality. They're opposed in perception.
Perception, not
yes,
in reality.
Not in reality, because a bathroom.
What about in action?
Well, your perception drives your action. So if you change your perception, your action will follow suit. Case in point, if you have a bathroom, there are many places where it is one bathroom, man, woman, and if you have a dog that you want to do something discreetly, that's where everybody go.
The dog would go to the same bathroom as the people, you think?
Well, you would take your puppy with you. I see people taking their dogs into the bathroom, into the toilet too. Anyway, I don't want to float a red herring.
Just one question.
Yes.
In Jamaica?
No, in airports is where I see it happening.
Jamaica is too poor, and you need to kind of go to that level.
No, we let
maybe they will one day, but I don't know.
We let the dogs fend for themselves. But I'm saying just remember, before we had the luxury of setting up male only, female only bathrooms, which probably came because some abuse took place in one and they decided, let's keep them separate. Before that was so, it was the bathroom. Bathroom, not gender specific. They have a toilet and both men and women can use the flush toilet. Or they have the urinal for the men and they have a toilet beside it, because some functions, not all functions, can be done in the urinal. Not so? And persons would go use the bathroom, and if it is depending on the numbers it can accommodate, others wait patiently. So the perception that you need to have differentiated structures for every kind of, it just means that persons need to respect others' privacy and allow them the space to do what they need to do based on what accommodations are there. If you stop feeling like, oh, when I'm in the bathroom, I only need to see a woman beside me, or I only need to see a man beside me, sure, you're going to have a problem.
I think we have a whole program for this.
Near a man.
Sorry?
In the bathroom. You would be comfortable near a man in the bathroom.
Well, it depends on what he's doing, and it is for me to mind my business, my own business. But you see, if you think about the gender differences, I wouldn't normally be beside a man doing whatever I am doing unless we're at the sink washing hands. And I'm fine with that.
Sure. sure. We're not talking about sure. Everybody,
Yes. Yeah. So it's really how you look at privacy issues and how careful you are in how you govern yourself. So another question arises. I never once had any concern about an adult taking a small child into a bathroom of whatever gender. It never crossed my mind.
I never had a concern with that.
Until recently, when I hear of the things that happen and this one flashing to that one, I said, but I wouldn't even want my husband to take my young child into the male bathroom. Given what
because that heart, what does heart?
So human behavior changing and the heart of man becoming so different towards various things. So, you watching, your perception shift, you become paranoid or you become exceptionally careful in certain areas because of what is happening out there. So I'm saying to Percy, there really is no shortcut, He's saying, what if we become overrun in short while? There's no shortcut to the patient work of retraining the hearts of people into being more loving, more patient, more respectful, more honorable. No shortcut.
But
I stopped thinking, absent divine intervention, which miraculously stops somebody from desiring drugs and desiring to do crime or whatever. Absent that, we have to do the patient work of teaching our children, sharing with each other, demonstrating, living it, being love in action. There are no shortcuts.
Yes, I will. So you're saying allow the liberty that human beings have, allow the freedom that human beings have, even though we know that. Look at the reality of the American society. Look at Canada. What happened to that young boy who believed in his heart that there is a male and a female, and they say no, do not think that way.
But you see, my brother, I wouldn't even say allow because there's no allowing it. It exists. It is. It is
that's
here.
Why you have to have laws.
So all right. You're there.
That freedom is well, again, it has proven itself. It can be destructive.
It can be destructive. So you always have to be saying, all right, what are the things I can legislate? What are the other structures I need to have in place functioning well to control the things I can't legislate? Because your counselor in school or your parent might be able to stop you from doing a thing, which the law can't, you don't even read the law.
So it is it is
all hands
on deck here. I can see why at the end of the day, it is God who has to return.
Intervene.
It is His way.
There's no solution to man's.
Not by ourselves.
To man's concerns and problems.
Yeah.
There's no solution. I can't find it. It's just a constant war. So
and that's what we're in,
necessary.
And that's what we're in,
For God to come back.
We're in a war, Malvern. We're in a war.
What is right?
We're in a war. We're in a war.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yes, it's a war.
Yeah.
And those who choose to love God are gonna lose that war until He returns.
All right.
Well, we just have to keep fighting until He returns because He delivers the victory. All right, Malvern, we got to run. I just got the signal that someone else is waiting patiently.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Good morning. Oh, thank you for holding and waiting for us.
Morning. Thanks for holding, my brother.
Person. Yeah, morning to the SFM crew. All right. We'll just go through a few things, but I have a very important. Well, I have a little problem here, but my question is, who appoint the committee to deal with the Constitution? Who appoint the committee?
Government.
Yeah.
Government.
Obviously, the Prime Minister, the head of the government.
Yes.
So, question now, parcel. Them say out of many, one Jamaican, right?
All right.
I don't see anybody from Rima, Tibal in our jungle. Furthermore, I don't see any Rasta there. And I'm not talking about people's status, but I know when I see somebody look like me or a grassroots person. Explain that to me now, minute.
You take a shot at it, Percy.
Because you are thinking somebody that represents us, but there are people on that committee who have come from grassroots and by education and so on sit where they are.
Pastor.
So I know, but we are saying, but the question is, okay, we have long advocated that committee is not the end of what our constitution. That's why we are saying we need to be on the road hearing what the people are saying. Because a constitution is not, as we say, in a simple matter. It needs to be simple that everybody can understand it. But in terms of the ramifications and the parameters and the boundaries that it's set for how we replace each other, you have to have people of specialist knowledge in order to deal with it. So you're saying you should have a Rastaman. You probably have some Rastamen or lawyers and things who probably should be there to represent in their view. But I think what a lot of the things that the Rastaman them believe, we believe too. What do you think?
Pastor, let me tell you something. Let me tell you my philosophy to life, where God come and demonstrate to us.
Okay.
When God will walk in this earth, I don't get the impression God will behaving like to the people and we have money must get better treatment than the poor. I am simply saying, Pastor, we're talking about out of many understand the poor. Okay? Out of many one people.
So what I hear you saying is the point that we have made that the committee have too much lawyers on it. And it is not representative.
I don't want to have a picture of going up as a boy and I look at Beverly's and Cherokee and Reddy's. I just feel the clothes. You see. Enough of these people coming from nowhere and reach up there and them don't business about the rest of people. And we have so much shirt. I am saying, well, good for the goose, good for the gander. That is my point. Okay. A lot of these people in our work, I notice politicians will have sense and amount of power. And when I power, then I understand. I am talking about who is the vanguard of the poor people and we live in a squalor. And I go to hardship. I go to a guy called me, a man somewhere, big guy. And the police are push the 50-year-old man. Constable, the officer push the man out of government. And as the guy said, I'm going to do it to a white man at China. We want, well, go for the white man, go for the black man. I want the black man to be all right. I want the white man to be all right. I want the holy and the China to be all right. I am a people person.
But let me ask you a question, my brother. Do you think that the behavior in terms of how you deal black and black or white and black is a result of the color of somebody's skin or what is in the person's heart?
It's a result of the color. It is a result of the color.
The color of the person's skin?
It's a result of the color and then it's the narrative coming at them. It's a result of the color and not accent.
Okay, all right.
Obviously, you have to react to something where you see, right?
But that goes deeper, you know, instead of, because there's something that is called self-hate. You ever consider that?
Pastor, even the same police, even the same police, it's like them not no respect for them color, so them see with 90% of the black people as nobody. Even the police, them in access. All right, now I come from church, you see, I'm going to drop some friend half a tree, but drop half a tree, I'm going to drive, come on to the clock. The thing black off, all right? The thing black off. Then I drive a Bluebird, wasn't my favorite car. The thing black off, then a man come up in half a year, now Prada. Then I am getting the impression he's a big soup or my empty. And the constable go up to him argument and then the soup come. Then let him, but through the car, I drive, say taxi. Anyway, I go there and say, really, and I'm start going. So I'm telling you, if you are black off somewhere, I'm saying to the constable, why don't put that sign down there, say detour, when the way to come around and then I create a car. So tell me about, it's a status thing. I have a body, most people have to the back of the head, pass a minute, that once you're black, you are nobody. And the embassy will treat us like that. The government place to treat us. I mean, I ask them a road person.
Yeah, but I think Pastor Percival was saying, okay, so they responded to the car, but it's not because they look at the car and say only black people drive that car. It is the heart of the individual making the assessment towards others that would cause him to react one way as opposed to another way. Because, we are always trying to point the attention to what's in the heart of those who are serving or even those who are receiving service, because maybe you don't know the identity of the person driving the big vehicle. You've made some assumptions, but those assumptions come out of your own, prejudices and reality.
Well, it's been done in mind down time. Well, I don't know when I saw what color he is, but I'm saying I thought I was presuming he was a superintendent or MP.
Yeah, but so do you agree though?
I don't turn the back and him still drive up there much. Obviously, have some power, knowing that he's going to get you and still go up to the barrier.
But
but these are all assumptions that you made based on how you feel about different things. Suppose if you had felt differently, you would have come to different conclusions. So the heart of man is very much operative in all of these discussions and decisions, and where we want to see things go.
So, what do you mean by the heart? Overcome. What do you mean by the heart of me?
The heart is made up of your mind. Hold on now.
Yes,
your heart is made up of your mind, your will, and your emotions. When we talk about the heart of man. So an important part of your mind is your perception of situations that happen to you. And so I say to myself, and in terms of how I deal with my children, I instruct them, your mind, your perception is important in terms of any situation. To the young men that I mentor, I always say, what is your perception of the situation? How do you respond? Because how you respond in a situation is what you think of yourself. And Mr. Minute keeps saying that all the time. So you try to put me in a box in a lot of ways. And I said, no, you're not going to put me there.
Not that box.
Not that box. And I've had to respond in a lot of situations to people like that. So when I'm saying your heart,
that's what we mean.
That's what we mean. The mind, your perceptions of situation.
And your heart you're in the configuration of your perception now. You make room enough for history and your knowledge base. What do I know about the world? What do I know about recent events, past events, what I think will happen in the future? And you are weaving that into the formation of your opinion. So in your situation now, you see the car, it looked like this is a man of some, you may make an assumption, but you said, listen, I am equally entitled. I'm going up to that line. And whether you get a yes or a no, the person with whom you interact will know what you really think, because you'll tell them. You won't be afraid to say, listen, you guys have done a bad thing. Setting it up this way, I can't turn back. Or I need to be, whatever you want, you ask for it. And don't be distracted by what color the person is, whatever. Find a common ground to address issues that do involve anger and disrespect.
I have to still look at the issue because, Pastor, I am a person that travels a lot, and I try to understand the culture of human beings, whether black, white, Chinese, rich and poor. And I at least satisfied with the look like I say, I'm simply saying my concept to life, my philosophy to life and human being is that if a white man does something wrong and a black man does something wrong, he go through to suffer the same consequence if there's justification. My simple thing is that from 1962, I forget. Let's talk about the 80s. I don't see black people in this country deal with fairly. The land problem, black people. Sleeping on the road, black people. People suffering, black people. People crying, black people.
That is true.
That is true.
That is.
What are we going to do to stop that?
That is true. The first thing is black people need to reject it, don't accept it, push against it, do everything in their power to reverse it. That's what I do. You're going to have to kill me. I got to take another call to my brother because someone else is holding.
No, I was holding long. I have a point with 50.
Well, make the other point that you have. Don't mind me. Make the other point.
Okay. And Lena, April 12th.
Yes.
Jackson pressed Jamaica Council Force and answered murder at external home.
We spoke about it.
Can be manufactured. I am simply saying no. I saw some things. I know of people black people again. Murder commit people round up and gone.
Yes.
We're in agreement today about that. Yes.
Get multiple stop faster. This is get multiple stop plus a gunshot today.
But remember, my brother, as you're saying that, the lawyer in whose house the body was found is a black man. The man whose body, the deceased person, black people. So this is not a racial issue. And it's really where we're trying to make sure that people rightly appreciate that some things that are happening happen in spite of black people being involved. And so you have to look at it and address it in the right way. I share exactly your feeling on it in this moment because Mr. Fitzbailey is saying they don't manufacture evidence. We have seen many cases where it appears that is exactly what they did.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So, yes.
But yet still, we have Del Right Chuck out there. I tell police are talk about system of people going to get locked up for anti-tickets. They're going to lock up poor Jamaican people, put them with hardcore criminals. But yet still, look at the country, Del Right Chuck, we're looking out at how the policemen then went up to Royal Reed and dealt with the situation. Del Right Chuck, as an attorney, military or whatever, talking about how you deal with them friends. But yet still them don't lick out and talk about how you deal with poor Jamaican people.
That is why we know there is a crisis in the administration of justice.
In the thing. All right, my brother, we have another caller.
Yeah,
man, thanks. Good.
We have to start now, man. We
have started.
Yeah, man.
Speak it into being. Good morning and thank you for holding. Welcome.
Morning, Your Highness.
Good morning. Yeah,
the king in the background.
Yeah, man.
Very interesting topic. We know the richest man in the world is an associate of this movement. And well, it's implied, I must say, I don't know her personally, but what I've seen implies that. And it makes the point that's where the money, the hardcore money, is driven by the pressure upon the society and the world. That these are the people who have what most people live for, which is a mighty dollar. So we now being pressured to acknowledge these affairs, which I agree with you in terms of the legislation. But one issue I'm having is that the bubble is more than homosexual argument or gender issue. It's about a man also taking my car or my cow or my goat. Now, when you notify such law, then you tell me that the man the right to come and take my pig or my goat or my cow and do him want to do. So,
did we talk about bestiality?
Yes.
That's my
but that is a specific activity that is identifiable and differentiated from what human beings do together.
I hear you, man, but I'm still making the point that once you get rid of the boundary law, full stop. That may show outside.
No, but that's not necessarily so. No, that is not necessarily so. And I don't believe anyone is advocating that the rights of animals and the abuse of men and the abuse of animals are conjoined. You can't allow one without the other or deal with one without dealing with the other.
But that just means like a woman did it with dogs too. But I don't want to make it look like me have an agenda.
No.
But once you get rid of boundary law, full stop, you are throwing out my right to protect my property.
But I'm saying that is not true. That's not true as a matter of law. It's not true as a matter of fact. No one is associating the two in the way that you are.
Well, what is the boundary law consist of?
In law, you draft your provisions to address whatever activity is the focus of your attention. The fact that you draft it this way at a time when you lump everything together does not mean that when you amend the law, you're going to do it in the same fashion. And no one is, okay. That's just the point I'm making.
I say that you are implying on behalf of the legal fraternity. You're not going to address that.
I'm not implying it. That's how legal drafting is done. There are rules that address this. You have to define what you're...
I hear you, but I'm not sure. I'm only hearing everybody on one side of the fence speaking about gays and all that.
They talk about people, human beings.
Yeah, that's something.
All right. I hate to do this to you, but it's 9:01 and we have the signal for a station break. Would you just bear with us, please? Short break. Thank you.
Essentially.
You're simply the best. You're simply the best.
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program, The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
It's coming back on us. Yes, indeed, it's redemption